Hey guys, what's up? Happy Memorial Weekend. We're here in Waikiki, and I was going to shoot this and actually do it on the drone, but then I decided, you know what, since we're out here on the beach, let's just do it live. I know it's kind of unexpected, but hey, that's what live is, right? So I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna walk the beach and you guys are gonna be able to see kind of how many people are here and what it's like on Waikiki Memorial Weekend. So I'm starting here. As you notice, there's a lot of rocks here, and you see those yellow things out there in the ocean. They're actually creating a wall out there because the beach is eroding. I'm going to be shooting a vlog on that and explaining exactly what's happening here in full details in the next vlog. Hey, Michael Hernandez, what's going on? Aloha to you too. So here we're on the beach. As you can see, there's still a lot of blocks which they're putting into the ocean. Right now everyone is really on the beach. For those who are concerned about the social distancing and stuff like that, I mean, people are kind of in their own little pockets of people they know. Oh, thank you so much, brother. So we're just kind of walking the beach here. You gotta see, it's not packed. It's not probably what you would think it would be. It's still not what we consider the norm. You see people here in the water. And again, I apologize. Normally, I was gonna bring the drone out and kind of shoot this from above so you guys could see, but I think actually this is better. You know, you can see what it's like from the ground level. Again, as you can see, people are out here. There's big families, big groups, a lot of locals, and that's how they roll. There are some tourists here. The word is on the streets is we are still under quarantine. It's still 14-day quarantine. So if you come here, you have to stay in your hotel for 14 days. And if not, you do get a fine. There have been a lot of people who have been caught because they've been on social media. And the social media has pretty much got them in trouble and got them found out. So we're still in the 14-day quarantine until June 30th, I believe. And until then, we'll see whether or not that gets extended. But as you can see, you know, people are in their pockets. They're in their groups. They are distancing. And I guess that's kind of easy now that it's not slammed with tourists. It's just a lot of locals, combination of both. Even here you see people laying out and they're spaced off. No one's really on top of each other, which is good to see because it is difficult being on the beach and social distancing. But because they've done such a good job here as far as keeping people at bay and informed, that people actually do keep their distance away from each other, even while being on the beach. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Memorial Weekend. And again, as you can see, the water comes all the way up on the sand. And guys, yes, Waikiki Beach is disappearing slowly. Look at that, the water's coming all the way up. You literally have only, I don't know, this is like maybe 10 feet. And I'm on these slabs right now. These are actually metal slabs they put here in place because look how much it slants down. So it's really a problem here with the beach eroding. As you can see, there's still a lot of hotels closed. They are not open at the moment. Few are, some are not. But like I said, in our next video, I'm going to explain fully what's going on with the beach and what they're doing to kind of preserve the sand here. I'm approaching Duke's statue area. I'm just gonna be quiet for a while and just kind of have you guys just kind of watch the scenery and enjoy. So the North Shore video will be coming out this week at some point. I'm thinking maybe Wednesday, Thursday this week. We're going to be doing the North Shore video. I know some of you guys have been asking for that, but look at that. Look how much the beach is eroding, guys. The waves are literally crashing right up on the beach. They got these plates in place. Look at that. This is crazy. The beach is eroding really, really, really fast. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. So this is Duke's statue. Whoa. Okay, I'm soaked. The waves are really breaking right up on the beach here right now. It's crazy. Aloha. So this is where the Duke statue is, and look at what it looks like now, guys. So it's all roped off. Why? Because there's trucks that pull up here with these massive concrete slabs and rocks. They dump them off here, and then they have trucks that load them from this destination, and then they drive on the beach. They drive all the way down there to where I started, and they dump the rocks there, and then they actually put it out into the ocean there to try to stop the erosion and slow it down, because Waikiki Beach has been eroding really, really, really fast. So, yes, that's kind of where we're at right now. Just before we left Hawaii in February of last year, we left supposedly for good. For those of you who've been following us, they actually put this out just before we left. These are just basically sandbags, but as you can see, it's not working. Water's coming all the way up. Normally water would never come this high up. So they're really doing their best to try to get this situation resolved, and a lot of money's been pumped into it. So as you can see, again, not a lot of people on the beach, not as much as you would think for Memorial Weekend, which is great. Here's again the construction. There's the Duke statue right there. Actually here. So I'm going to continue walking down just a little bit further. Again, I just wanted to do this video really quickly just so you guys could see what it looks like here. Still beautiful. Everyone's still in the water. Wow. Again, if you're just joining us, I'd like to wish you guys happy Memorial Weekend. Hope everyone is safe. Again, normally you see these tents here. These are just the families that are all together. Yes, isn't it awesome? So again, this is another area. This is really unusual to see. Like literally the water is coming all the way. I've never really seen it like this before. And this area is usually calm as well. Maybe there's just big swells today. But again, here we have some tents. Normally you don't see this when there's tourists here. Tourists don't really pull out tents. They'll just have maybe an umbrella at the most, but you know the locals are on the beach when you see the tents and a massive group of people. That's how they roll. So if you guys want me to walk all the way down there to the wall, I'd be happy to do that for you guys. We'll see some locals jumping off the seawall there. If you guys want me to do that, let me know in the comments and I'll walk that far. Otherwise, I'll just turn back because I am pretty much a ways into I'm 10 minutes into walking along the beach here. So if you guys want me to walk down to the walls and see these guys kind of jump off the walls and stuff, let me know and I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll just kind of turn back. Thanks, brother. As you can see, the stores, a lot of stores are still closed. Restaurants are still closed. The restaurants here, you're not allowed to sit and eat. You basically have to take out. So This is what it is here at the very moment.
Come here.
So I'm getting some turnbacks and I'm getting some keep going. So now I'm really confused. But you know what? I'm literally about 5 minutes away from there. So you know what? I'll continue walking. Oh, it's 50% capacity over at in Orlando as well. Yeah, that's awesome. So as far as I know to this point, here in Oahu, in the Hawaiian Islands, there's not a lot of deaths and not a lot of infections. I think it's in the 500, 600s that are infected, and a little over, probably between 10 and 15 deaths. So it's pretty much been, let me walk around here because the wall is there. So it's pretty much under control here. It's nothing really crazy. Again, they've done a really good job. So I'm just cutting in a little bit here. And I know I've been doing a lot of research, and a lot of people are kind of upset. You know, there's some people who are really bitter. You know, the tourist that says, oh, you know, Hawaii depends on tourism, and you know they don't want tourism here, and they've heard from locals that locals are like, yeah, why don't you guys just stay where you are and don't come here. So it's a lot of mixed emotions, but I guess that happens everywhere. You know, everyone is just so divided right now, and you have the people who are really terrified about this and just want to lock themselves in, and then you have the people who really don't care. They're on the opposite end of the spectrum, and they're just like, I want to get out. You know, I'm tired of being locked up. You know, and I understand both sides, but you know, it is what it is. So yes, definitely Hawaii is hurting because of no tourism, because it does thrive on tourism. But like with everything else, you know, they'll get over it. So you guys, I don't know if you guys can see those people standing on the wall there. So that wall is normally, you can see that wall. Wow, those waves are hammering them. So that wall is usually, you could see it stick out of the water at least 4 feet. Now you're barely seeing the very top of it. So the swells are very high today. Maybe that's the reason why the water is coming up so high up on the beach. But again, that's the cause for the erosion. So I'm almost at the wall, guys. Another 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. I mentioned in the last vlog we did, some of the hotels I read, I'm not sure if this is official, but I did read something that did say that 70% of the hotels here in Oahu are going to do this one access key card. So if you come to Hawaii while under quarantine, while the quarantine is still in effect, you're going to get a key card for your hotel room. Some hotels, not all hotels. And you will only be able to use the key card once. So once you use your key card to enter your room, it will no longer work. It'll be void. So basically you'll be stuck out of your room. So that's a way to deter, I guess, tourists from leaving their room and breaking the quarantine rules. Again, I'm not sure how accurate that report is, but I did read an article that did say 70% of hotels are doing that. So if you are coming to Hawaii, I think you need to check and make sure, because you don't want to be on that end of the stick for sure. Again, they're not telling people not to come here, but they are trying to deter it to some point. You know, most people come to Hawaii, they're here for a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, you know, and it's a shame to actually spend 14 days locked up in your room, you know, where you can basically just order out. You can't even leave your room for anything. You have to order everything in. The only way you're allowed to leave your room is if an emergency. So we're on the wall, and we're gonna see these guys jump off. The swells are massive today here. Wow. Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. Wow, you can hardly see the wall out there. That is just crazy. But yes, on this side of the beach, it actually looks a little bit more crowded than where I was and where I started. Let's watch some of these guys jump off the wall here. They're waiting for the next swell to come in, and they'll take the plunge. Then maybe not. This is awesome. Wow, they're jumping off the top of the roof. Again, you see there's a lot of locals out here. These guys love it. Now, you know, they get to enjoy the beach. Normally this would be 90% tourists, but not in these times. You're so welcome, Dan, anytime. That would be awesome. Yeah, for sure. Epic. Let's take a walk a little further down, because I think they're actually jumping off the roof of the awning here. So awesome. It's great to see people out. You know, being here in Hawaii and just walking around and seeing no one here, it just seems so bizarre. I mean, I know plenty of people could say that for a lot of places that they live, but here in Hawaii, being here and knowing that it's such a tourist-driven location and it's just a small strip and it's just so condensed with people, and to see no one, you know, within a 10, 15, 20 block radius is just really strange. I still really can't get over it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. If I have the information, I will give it to you. Yes, definitely, the tourists will be back. I see it. People are like ready to book. People have booked already for, you know, October, for all the months coming up ahead, and they're wondering, you know, will they be able to get here? Will everything be okay? You know, they're all asking these questions, which we just don't know as of yet. All we know, we still are on the quarantine as of June 30th, till June 30th. So that's where we're at the moment. So if you, yeah, definitely. And being, you know, the Memorial Weekend, a lot of people are going to be out. Some people, I think, are just waiting to see what happens after, you know, everything cools down, to see if there's going to be a second wave of this thing. Most people said they are. So I think a lot of people are just playing it safe, and, you know, I don't blame them. You know, better safe than sorry. Just wait till things kind of blow over and see the direction that this thing is going. And especially traveling here, you know, it's like when you're in an airplane, you have to think you're going to be in an airport with people, then you're going to be in a more confined area of an airplane getting here. Then once you get here, it's fine. Maybe it's safer here than it is where you're coming from. But then you got to realize you got to go back. So you got to go through the airports again. You got to get on an airplane again and then get back home. So it's, you know, the risk is just increased so much more. So there's really a lot to think about. Duke's is still officially closed. They haven't been open for a while now. And I'm not too sure when they're going to be open, especially since they're a restaurant. And Duke's was also a place of gathering. Everyone would go out on the lanai area, and, you know, the band would play. So I don't know what's really going to happen with that part. They're not even they don't even have the restaurant open for takeout at this moment. So I really don't know what the situation is going to be with Duke's. There are some hotels that are open, but the major hotels are still closed at the moment. But there are some smaller hotels a block away from the main avenue that are open. I'm gonna try to keep you guys updated as much as I can in our vlogs once something different or new breaks that might be of interest or that might help you guys in your decision to figure out whether you want to come here or if you can come here or not. I hope you guys can hear me clear. I know it's kind of windy out here. And the last time I did a live video, someone said you need to get a stabilizer for your phone. I know, I'm walking around holding the phone in my hand trying to keep it as steady as possible. Fantastic. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. There's beautiful Diamond Head. I was told the Honolulu Zoo was going to be open. I'm not sure if it is. The last time I walked by there, they still were closed, so I'm not 100% sure they're going to be open anytime soon. But you can hear the animals. You walk by, you hear all the animals. You hear the elephants and some weird noises that I'm not sure what type of animals they are, but yeah. Diamond Head is not open at the moment. It's still closed. You have to figure a lot of places that will have a mass gathering where there's going to be a lot of people in a confined space. Those are going to be pretty much the last places that are going to be open. And with Diamond Head, obviously, when you're hiking, it's not a lot of people that you're around. But once you get to the top, it's a very, very confined space, even going through the tunnels and stuff. So no, not as yet. Diamond Head is not open as of yet. But as soon as it does, I'll definitely kind of notify you guys on that in one of our future vlogs.
Just come here. I'm coming over here.
That's something that I haven't been able to do yet. I haven't built the courage to do this yet, but I will definitely one day. I'll make sure I document that. I know Waikiki's so beautiful. It really is. It really is a magical place. And as much as, you know, there's a discrepancy with the tourists being here, tourists is a part of the atmosphere here. You know, when it's buzzing and it's bustling and people are shopping and they're out and about and they're experiencing new things, you know, it's a part of the whole thing. And when they're not here, like as I mentioned before, it feels different when there's not tourists here. Yeah, the locals are here and they're enjoying the beach, and that's fantastic. But, you know, I just feel like there has to be a balance. You know, I wish it was a thing where it was like, you know, mixture of tourists and local, where the locals can enjoy the beach, and it's not an imbalance. But here in Waikiki, it's most of the time it is an imbalance because there is way more tourists than there are locals. Locals then will go to their other beaches on the west side and the north shore and east side. And Waikiki is predominantly tourist. I didn't get that last question. Let me see if I can pull that up. Oh, I didn't see that question. Sorry, I didn't notice that last question. Swells are beautiful today. Oh, okay. No, actually, not as yet. I will find out in the information about that for you, and I'll definitely let you know. I'll keep you informed on that. It's so funny, and Irina and I were talking before, and you know, most of our vlogs that we do here, for those of you who don't know, we try to be very informative on all the things that happen, things to do here in Oahu. That's really the base of our channel, and places to go and where to find, you know, good eats and best bargains and everything like that, and the best experiences while visiting Oahu. But lately, since this whole COVID thing, our vlog has almost revolved around almost like news. It's like I feel like every other week I'm giving you guys some type of an update, and you know, the channel is just really morphing into updates and news. But you know, that's fine as long as you guys do get some type of knowledge and understanding of what's going on here. I think that's important as well. And if that's what the channel is kind of turning into, that's what it's going to be until this all kind of blows over. And you know, and that's the reason why we decided to put in the beach, the ultimate beach tour vlogs, just kind of mix things up. And you know, but it just seems weird because when you see those vlogs, you see like thousands of people on the beach, and that's so not what it is now, you know. Well, at least when we started publishing. So we have two more parts to that series, which is the North Shore and the West Side, and it's going to be a total of, I want to say, about 16 to 18 beaches within those two parts. So it's a lot to cover, a lot to look forward to. And I do apologize that the vlogs have not come out faster. I really wanted to get them out faster, but there's just so much to cover in each one of those beaches that, you know, it does take a lot. So I do apologize for that, but I'll try to get the North Shore vlog out next week for sure. And I did, if you guys haven't noticed, in our community, I'm trying to get a little bit more, I guess, interactive in the community of the vlog. So I kind of post questions, kind of what you guys would like to see, what type of vlog would you like to see. And I think I posted a question, a poll, what would be the next series you guys would like to see. And I think it was things to do with kids in Oahu, places to stay in Oahu, and the Circle Island tour. So those are three things that I mentioned in the poll in our community. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you go to the community tab on our YouTube page and then kind of cast your vote, because that's really going to determine what the next series is going to be. They're very much in depth. Again, it took a lot to get that information, and we have everything already. Everything has been shot. So it's not like when you vote, we have to go out and we have to shoot the content. The content is already shot. It's just a matter of prioritizing what you guys want to see next. So that'd be awesome if you guys head over to the community channel. If you haven't done so already, cast your vote on which one you would like to see, because I know a lot of people, they state that, you know, they come here with kids, they don't know what to do. And with that vlog, what we've done is we've made it into two separate groups. One group is things to do with kids that are free here in Oahu. So there's a lot of things to do here with your child in Oahu for free without paying for it. And there's also a lot of paid activities, and we've done a lot of both, so we can give you guys a lot of insight on what to do. Because, you know, kids, you know, once they get here, you know, the beach is the beach, but after a while they kind of get tired of that, and you might want them to experience other things. So, you know, we have that all covered for you guys. So cast your vote, let me know, and I will definitely try to get that vlog out to you guys, you know, as soon as possible. Also, if you guys kind of like this live content, you know, this is only, I think, our third time going live, and I'm not really used to it. So if you guys want to see more live content, let me know in the comment, and I'll definitely make that happen. You know, it's much easier. Normally, you know, we have to set up our shots and try to figure out our shots on what we want to do, and that's specific to certain things. But for stuff like this, if you guys want us to just go live and just kind of show you the way this is, then, you know, just raw and coming at you, then let us know. You know, we'll definitely do that for you guys. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jamila. Appreciate it. I know a lot of you guys were not able to get out on the beach. So there's an action shot. So I figured this would be refreshing. There are times that I'm on a house party with my friends and I'm just kind of going grocery shopping, and I walk alongside the beach, and for them that's like everything. That's all they need. It just makes their day, just seeing the beach and being able to see what else is out there at the moment. Yes, the water is warm. Yes, it so is. It's not cold at all. That's one thing I tell all my friends. I'm like, you don't, normally you go to the beach and you want to kind of dip your toe in the water to see if it's cold. No, not here. Like literally, you could just jump right in like that. The water is so warm. So, so warm. Oh yeah, cheers. I understand that feeling. This goes beyond like smell-o-vision, right? You just want to kind of just be here and just jump right in. Totally understand that. Oh yeah, for sure. Toronto in the house. Oh no. Hey Eric, maybe things have changed and you be I hope that you were able to get refunded to begin with, that's for starters. And I hope you're able to reschedule and eventually get here. Yeah, it's a bummer. I've seen so many people say they're supposed to be here, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and everything is just all, this COVID-19 has just thrown a monkey wrench in everyone's program. And the funny thing is that every new year we look so forward, we make New Year's resolutions and we're saying, oh, it's 2020 and this is gonna be awesome year and this is gonna be great and this is the beginning of so much. And then wham, we get hit by like a semi and it just stops us in our track. It's just horrible. There's no words for it. But the good news is we'll get through this, we'll get by it, and everyone will get back to where they need to be and where they want to be. I'm glad there's no lag. That's kind of odd. Yeah, exactly, a gorilla wrench. Yeah, monkey wrench would be, that's an understatement, right? Yeah, definitely a gorilla wrench. I agree with that one. I stand corrected on that one. I think the fish, let me see, are they feeding fishes out there? Okay, let's go a little bit further. I've been standing here for a while. Let's see if we can see, I'm thinking, so there's a cool little spot that we found out that's kind of really cool for snorkeling because fishes are always there and big fishes. And the reason they're always there is because they feed them and the fishes know. So they're always there. I'm gonna take you there right now. It's gonna take me about 3 minutes to get there, so bear with me, guys. Okay, let's see. I've walked this area before and I noticed all the fishes that's been there, and I'm actually gonna go snorkeling there probably this week, so I'll show you guys some footage on what it really looks like when you're there. So if you want to snorkel, I know I see a lot of people in this water snorkeling, but there's not much to see here when you're snorkeling, not even fishes. So I'm going to show you a spot right now where if you snorkel, you're pretty much 95% going to be able to see some big fishes. Woo. Water's so warm, so warm. Thank you guys for staying along with me on this walk. I know I've been yapping. Yeah, 78 degrees, it's so warm, it's crazy. And you hear me huffing and puffing as I'm walking in the sand. It's funny, I'm telling you guys that there's going to be fishes there, and just because I said that, I'm sure when I get there, there'll be no fishes. Because that's the way it usually works when you're live. But let's see. And I do see people out there kind of hanging out in their floaties, so there might not be because they get scared away, but we'll see. And I'll show you guys anyway, so when you do come here, you're gonna wanna check out this little spot right here. So again, you see people hanging out in pockets and groups, and really everyone, as far as what I've seen since I've started this video 35 minutes ago, everyone is really distancing. You don't see no one on top of each other. Almost there, guys. Oh, wow. Idaho was snowing. My goodness. That was one of the reasons, and probably the main reason, we left from New York, packed up, and came to Hawaii, because the snow in New York is just so, it's great if you're just gonna visit it during the holidays, Christmas, when everything is decorated and everything is beautiful and you wanna see snowfall. But besides that, when it all turns gray and dirty and slushy and you have to make your way to work and it's just gray, just horrible. You see people barbecuing, picnicking, pretty cool in their hammocks. So we're here, guys. So this is the spot. Luckily, I had charged my phone just before I came out. Okay, so yeah, the water's really choppy, so there's not gonna be any fishes out here. I really don't think, but if you come to this area, right here, this wall right here, and you walk out, normally when it's much calmer, there are so many fishes out here, and it's perfect to actually go snorkeling right off here. I think they're feeding, let's see. Oh no, she's So I want to show you guys something really quickly. So you see what she's doing? She has a lei, and she's breaking it apart, and she's throwing it in the ocean. So I don't know if you guys had watched our lei video that we posted. That's technically what you should do with a lei. When you have a lei here in Hawaii, and you're supposed to not discard it in the garbage, but you're supposed to bring it out to the ocean. You know, it is made out of flowers and fresh plants. Not the actual the string that's attached to it, because we don't want that to get caught up with the fishes and the marine life, but the flowers. And that's what she's doing right there. She's actually just ripping the lei apart. She's keeping the string, and she's just throwing it into the ocean. And that's what you should do with your lei. Now, I know you guys probably, yes, recycle the proper way. I don't think you guys can see it, but there's some long fishes that are right in this area here, and there's too much reflection right now, and you can't see it. But these are not the fishes I'm talking about. I'm talking about massive fishes. These fishes are at least, I would say, about maybe 2-3 feet, and they're just hundreds of them all in this area right here. A lot of people, they come up on this wall and they throw bread over, and the fishes are just everywhere in this area, and you can just snorkel along and you'll be able to see them. So epic. Look how the swell is coming right over the wall. Swell has no respect today. It's like, who cares about the wall? And normally there'd be crabs here. How beautiful this is. Oh. And this is what you have to watch out for, guys. If there's one rule you must learn when you come to Hawaii, is never turn your back to the ocean. Because of this reason. A swell would call from out of nowhere when you're taking your famous Instagram photo, and it'll knock you right off your feet into the water. Yes. So I'm currently just walking backward right now because you see these swells? Oh, yeah, I felt that one. So I'm just gonna back up a little bit. But yeah, you know, you're taking your Instagram photo, you're not seeing, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And before you know it, boom, you get hit by a big wave and it just swipes you right in. If you don't know how to swim, that's going to be a problem. So safety first always, guys, always. There's beautiful Diamond Head again. So how many of you actually have been on the Diamond Head hike? And if you did, what was your experience on it? Did you like it? Did you think it was too difficult? Oh, awesome. Yeah, it is. It's a great hike. I had one woman who saw our vlog and she saw that you had to go through this tunnel and she was claustrophobic, and that was an issue for her. I tried to tell her that the tunnel was really short. You know, it wouldn't take long to get in and out. Maybe the video made it look, you know, much more than what it was, but because she was claustrophobic, I told her, then maybe it's best that you probably didn't do that hike. Because the last thing you'd want for her to get, you know, disorientated in there. But yes, Diamond Head hike is a really nice hike. How many of you guys have done, let's see, Coco Head hike? That's one of my favorite hikes, is Coco Head. It's really challenging. It's a leg and ass day. That you're gonna get a workout. Yeah, I love Coco Head. I do that often. There are some really crazy people that Coco Head is located in Kailua Town. We also did a vlog on that. I'm gonna put it in the description probably after this video. But that's an awesome hike. It's literally straight up. It's straight up, and it gets to a point where it's like, it's straight up for about, maybe it's like a 30-degree climb, and then after that it just goes to like a 60-degree climb, and it's just literally almost straight up, and it just kills you, but it's so awesome. The views are so rewarding once you get to the top. Ah, little doggy swimming. Yeah, even the doggies are enjoying it. Why not? Excuse me?
Oh, sorry.
No worries, thank you. Oh yeah. So I still, well, okay, so I have one more question. So how many of you guys have done the Stairway to Heaven? Now, I haven't done that hike as yet. I made an attempt to do so, and it was one of the worst days to do it because it was super windy and it was super rainy, and we did the back. So there's a legal way. For those of you who don't know, Stairway to Heaven actually has two ways to get to the top. There's a legal way and an illegal way. So the illegal way is actually climbing the stairs. That's usually where they have the guard there, and it's a deterrent so that you don't go up the stairs. But that is the easiest way to go, because getting up those stairs will only take you roughly about 45 minutes to climb it. If you go through the legal way, which is through the back, you have to go through several ridges to get to the top. And that hike, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that hike is about 2 hours and a half to get to the top. So you see the comparison. One just takes you straight up to the top, which is the stairs, but it is illegal. And then the legal way takes you a much longer time to get there. And it seems it's much more dangerous as far as what I could see, because climbing the stairs, even though some of the stairs are broken, they are metal, so they're not really broken, they're twisted. But going through the ridges, you have nothing to hold on to, and the ridge is about 2 shoulder width apart and a steep drop on both ends. So it's like you drop off that, you're in hell and high water. So yes, I haven't completed that yet, but I think what I'm going to do is go through, actually I shouldn't say, I'm gonna show it in the vlog, but I'm gonna figure out which way I'm gonna go. whether I'm gonna go the illegal way or the legal way, but we'll see. And the last thing I heard about Stairway to Heaven, for those who actually want to do it or interested in doing it, you better do it and do it fast, because they did, I think, pass the law that they are going to tear the stairs down. So that means the only way you are going to be able to get up there, I think, is maybe through the back end, which is the legal way, unless they close that part down completely as well, and then you can't get to the top at all. That I'm not sure about, but they did pass a law that states that they can rip the stairs down, but it's going to cost a lot of money, like in the millions. So that's the last I heard of it. I don't know when it's actually going to start, but hopefully I can get up there before that, because I know it is a great experience. Oh, they did vote to keep the stairs. Okay. When did you actually hear this? Because when I heard that they voted to take it down, this was before we left in February, early February we left, before we came back. So the last thing that was in February that I heard that they were going to take it down. So if your news is more current, then that's a good thing. The requirement has been voted the stairs and changing the entrance. Okay. I think 2 months. Oh, okay. That's great. Thanks for that information. I'm definitely going to look into that. Another good hike. I don't know if it's legal or path. Yes, that is a very good hike as well. You're absolutely right about that. That is a really good hike. There are so many hikes here in Oahu. They're so awesome. The pink pillbox hike on the west side, that one is really nice too. I really enjoy that one. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it or actually did it. That's actually a good hike. Yes, pillboxes are fun. Okay, so across the street here, that's right. Let's see if I get my finger in the shot. Right here, that is the entrance to the Honolulu Zoo, and I see the fence is closed, so apparently they're not open. I did hear that they were going to open, despite what the rules and regulations were, but I guess that didn't fly. So guys are playing volleyball out here. It's funny, every time I come on live, I never really expect to go as long as I do. Then I start yapping and I start engaging with you guys. And it's so great that you guys have questions and you're giving me also useful information. That's what it's all about, right? Information is power. So, I really don't mind going live and extending it longer than I usually intend to. So we're back on the wall here. And now I'm heading back. So now instead of walking, okay, here it is. We're gonna do this real quick in real time. So if I go down this way, we're gonna head to the beach. And I could walk along the beach back to where I was, or should I actually take the street so you guys can see what the stores are and how people are traveling through the streets? So which is it, street or beach? You guys put it in the comment and let me know. Okay, I have one street. So street is this way, beach is this way. I got 2 streets, 3 streets, 4 streets. Street, okay, I think street's going to win. Okay guys, so I'll just take the street. All right, cool. Okay, so now Starbucks. There's the Starbucks at the corner. Starbucks, that has been boarded up this whole entire time. They just took the boarding down 3 days ago. So it looks like they're gonna open up. Also, yeah, actually it does say that they are open. So they are open. So I guess you can kind of walk in. Again, that was all boarded up, just like the ABC store next to it. Yes, ABC stores, a lot of them are open, but yet a lot are closed. So it seems the smaller ones are closed and the larger ones are open. I don't know if that's that's the thing, but a lot of them are open, but yet some are actually still closed. And there's Lulu's on top. You guys know Lulu's. If you're into the party and the bar scenes and the socializing, that would be where you would go and have a drink and get into some trouble. As you can see, so there's a chain right here. So there's Subway and a couple of cafes and other cookie center here. They're all still boarded up. So when I saw that, because when this first happened, they weren't boarded up. You could actually see the stores. But when I saw everything, even the ABC store and the Starbucks, they're boarded up, I was like, oh man, that's really scary. Like, you know, it's kind of like you think, you know, I don't know, is there going to be riots or like, you know, what's going on? You know, people are going to start looting, you know, so normally they board these places up. Most of the store further down, the high-end stores like the Louis Vuitton and the Prada stores and all that stuff, they took all the watches and the shoes and the handbags, they took all that stuff out of the window, but they never boarded up that area. So that area was never boarded up. The bike racks are kind of empty as people are renting bikes. There's some more stores down there. Lifeguard make an announcement. So Tacoma. I'm gonna ask you guys something about this vehicle right here, the Tacoma. So this is something I noticed. So first I'm gonna go to what the lifeguard is saying. You guys hear the lifeguard talking. So I'm assuming it's just about 6 o'clock here. He said in 5 minutes the lifeguards are leaving. So normally at 6 o'clock the lifeguards leave, and he's just making the announcement that he will be leaving and there'll be no one out here watching them. So if anything happens, someone has to call 911, and that's what that announcement was about. So now the Tacoma. Can someone please tell me, what is it about Hawaiians and Tacoma? You will find these trucks everywhere. No matter what part of Hawaii you go, you will find a Tacoma. I've even heard comedians make jokes about this, and I wonder what it is about a Tacoma that the locals here just love about that truck. I know it's a pickup truck, so I know they have their surfboards and other things. They do barbecues, so they have their tents in there and the stuff they bring to the beach. So I know that has a lot to do with it, but specifically, it's a Tacoma. It has to be a Tacoma. That's just the most craziest thing ever. It's so awesome though. You know, you see them everywhere. Literally, I can walk for the next 5 minutes and we can count them together. How many? Oh, it's a good truck. I know nothing about trucks, so pardon the ignorance, but yes, I did notice that. Like, Tacoma is the thing here. Like, you won't see GMCs and you won't see all these other name brand trucks, but you will see a Tacoma for sure. There goes another one. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Cheap maintenance. Okay. See, now I'm getting the information about that. Never knew. I always wondered, and I asked certain people here, and people never gave me some type of information about it. I'm like, why? And I'm, just left to assume maybe it's a cheap truck, and maybe it's durable, maybe it's affordable, gets the job done, because there's not a lot of off-roading here. So I know it's not about having a truck that, it's great for off-roading here, even though these guys jack their truck. Their Tacoma, they jack it up. Like, they put these massive tires on it. They look like monster trucks. That's when there's a local either behind you or in front of you. Just look at the Tacoma and see that it has massive rims on them and wheels. So for the fast food junkies, Burger King is still closed, but of course McDonald's are open. Let's see. For real. You guys will notice there's a lot of the Honolulu Police Department. I noticed throughout this whole thing, look, there's one, there's two, There's 3. They are literally flooding this place. And I asked one of the officers the other day, I'm like, is it me or is it that I noticed that there's so many cops just driving around? He's like, yeah, these guys don't have nothing to do. You know, they don't stay in the office or in the precinct. They kind of just drive around now. So you're seeing them more than you would normally would. So I'm like, okay. There's Cheeseburger again. That's another go-to restaurant here. They in this one, they have a lot of TVs and they do a lot of sports. Like whenever there's sports, basketball, football, you know, that's normally where everyone goes to and have their drinks, have a cheeseburger. They also have the cheeseburger challenge, which I was going to take, but we'll leave that for another time. There's another ABC store. That one is open. Oh, so homeless. Good point. So normally, when you walk in the streets, this area right here, you always see these awnings. There's normally a bunch of homeless people here, and you see it's roped off. Now they remove the rope on some of them. This one, the rope is still there, but on others behind us that we passed, they remove the tape, so people are able to sit there. 9 out of 10 times when you would walk here normally before all this, that would be for homeless. That's where all the homeless hang out. And I haven't seen them since this all happened. I have not seen any homeless hanging out in these areas. I do see a few because I do walk. I live very nearby, just a couple blocks in from here. And I walk to Walmart all the time and I see them on the streets. A few, very few and far in between. So I don't really know exactly what's going on with the homeless situation, but I've had a lot of people ask me, and I think I might want to kind of dig into that a little bit more and figure out exactly did Hawaii put them in hotels or in shelters because of the COVID? And I know a lot of people are concerned about that. So I'm going to look into that and I'm going to get some information for you guys and let you know. There's McDonald's, of course, and it is open. And you can actually walk in. You can't sit down. As you can see, all the chairs at McDonald's, they're folded or they're stacked up against each other. So you can't sit and eat. In no restaurants, you can sit and eat. You can go in, pick up, and take out. So you still cannot sit and eat. There's eggs and things. Normally there'd be a line every morning here. Here's another one. They removed the tape here. Normally people would be sitting around here. Have you guys ever eaten in eggs and things? I never did. I made 3 attempts to do so. And the line was just so ridiculous that I'm like, it's just, I can't. And every time I go for breakfast, I'm starving. So I'm not trying to wait 45 minutes for breakfast and I'm starving. So I just kind of keep it moving and find somewhere else to go. But I always wanted to try it. I don't know. Have you guys ever tried it? Is it worth standing in line for half an hour, 40 minutes? Let me know. In March it was crowded, okay. But how was the food? Did you try it? Or did you kind of just turn back and not go in? There's another ABC store that is open. So this hotel is fairly new. It was built just before we left in February, and it was completed just before we left. And that's kind of a bummer because, now there's no one in it. It's closed. Here is the famous... Okay, let's see who knows the name of this tree. What is this tree called? Trivia. You guys gotta know this. What type of tree is this? Booyah! There you go. That's what I'm talking about. My peoples know what it is. Awesome. And there is the Hyatt Regency, Waikiki. And these are closed as well. They are not open. Jamila is a tree hugger, yay! But you can see the streets are pretty much still empty. Like, look at this. Look at this. I'll stand in the middle of the street and get in trouble, but look at this. Even though it's like empty, there's no cars. I remember I did a video, a vlog, and I think the title of it was Waikiki Like You've Never Seen. And I documented when I got back here what it really looked like when this thing all started and everything shut down. And it was just remarkable to see all these streets completely empty. And I got a couple comments in that vlog where people like, oh, the videographer just kind of shot the video when no one is around. And I'm showing you now, like there hasn't been a car that passed. Now one car is passing. So still to this time, there's not a lot of people here considering what this would be like if it wasn't. I walked down so many streets and there were no cars, no people walking around. And that was the reason I decided to shoot that video, is because I wanted to show people just how eerie everything looked. It was just so surreal seeing the streets completely empty. I can walk in the middle of the streets for over a block or two before actually even seeing a car. It was just remarkable to see. So I'm here at the Duke statue. And as you can see, it looks like a mess. There's a lot of construction and rocks, and I can't even go in here. It's taped off. So this is what you'll see if you come here at the moment. I don't know how long this is last. I've asked an officer that was actually standing out here the other day, like how long did they think that actually they started building this wall that I was telling you earlier. They started doing this earlier than scheduled, because when I spoke to the police officer, he was like, oh, they're doing it now, and now things are beginning to open back up. So for him, it didn't make any sense. So I'm not sure how much he really knew what was really going on. But actually, they started way ahead of schedule. This wasn't supposed to start this early. So I think they figured, okay, since things are locked down, let's start it now, even though now things are opening back up slowly. But yeah, this is a total eyesore, and it's a bummer. But hey, it's Hawaii, So yeah, so tomorrow is Monday, and these are going to be very busy machines going back and forth on the beach, bringing rocks. Sad to see it that way, but it's, I guess, for the best, because they're going to try to stop these waves from crashing in and sweeping the sands away, sands of time. Did you guys know that that Waikiki beach is actually a man-made beach? Did you guys know that? So sand was actually brought from California and dumped on this beach. And the waves, it's been a constant battle to keep the sand on this beach because waves keep taking it away. Interesting. Such a beautiful beach. So this is the precinct, the Honolulu precinct here. I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm just gonna walk around the back here. I'm not sure if you guys noticed. So I don't know if you guys can see on that building. You see it looks very scorched. Let me see if I can point in the shot. Where's the camera? Okay, right there. You see on the side of the building there, it's really scorched. I'm gonna go around the back. Does anyone know what happened there? If any of you guys were here recently, you might have known. So basically, yes, it was a fire that happened in the nighttime, and it took all the board. Yes, all the surfboards were burnt. But now, over the past few days, I came out here and look at what it looks like now. So they rebuilt the rack. Yep, they rebuilt the rack. And they repainted it just a couple days ago. So this is what it looks like now. It's all white, it's all pretty. Yes, look at the side of the building. Look how high those flames went up. It took down a couple trees. So sad, took down a lamppost. It's all burnt. So this whole area was engulfed. So yeah, they're doing a lot of rebuilding. So this area should be opened up pretty soon. I'm gonna continue walking down. It's much actually faster walking through the streets than through the beach. I'm not sure how the fire started. I didn't get that information, but you know what? Now that you asked that question, let's get it in real time, right? Let's see. Let me see. Is it open? It's open? Okay, we're going in. We're going into the precinct. We're going to find out. Aloha. Question, I noticed that this area was burnt and now it's actually repainted. The area where all the surfboards are? Oh, sorry. So the surfboard area that was actually burnt down and then now it's repainted. Do you know when it's going to reopen for boards?
It's up to the city, yeah.
Oh, it's up to the city? And do you know what it was that caused it? Because it was in the nighttime it happened, right?
Fire caused it.
It was a fire. Was it set deliberately or was it by accident?
There's an arson investigation going on, but it's still going on.
Going on, so it's not sure.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, have a great day. So there you go, guys. I don't know if you could have heard him or not. So basically what the officer just said is that it's an arson investigation going on. And they're still trying to figure out what it was. But it did happen in the nighttime. So, chee-hoo! That's how we do it. We get news instantly, right? Urban Outfitters across the street. That's open. Because that's essential. We need our Urban Outfitters, right? The Christmas store is not essential and is closed. Well, damn. I would think that's essential, no? Let's see what else. Oh, we gotta have a Shave Ice. So that's essential. That's open. Shave Ice is definitely essential. But there's no one in there. So then again, maybe it's not that serious. And there is the Revolving, my big finger, let me get that in the shot. The Revolving Restaurant. So we ate up there. Irina and I did go up there for dinner. It was kind of a disappointment. The food was kind of eh. And I want to say it's kind of a tourist trap. If you guys agree with me on that, or if you disagree, let me know. We didn't have a really good time. I think the food was mediocre for what we paid for it. And we love to eat. We are foodies, so we take our food seriously. But yeah, it wasn't a great experience. But we did have New Year's up there. We spent our New Year's up there, and it was pretty fun. So here is the Moana Surfrider Hotel. Such a beautiful hotel. Love this hotel. I always call it like the wedding hotel because you have all the Japanese that come in and they get married there. Well, they don't get married there, but they get, they're getting married and they come out in, the wedding dress. You see the bride and the groom, they come out and they get in their limousine. Usually goes down at that hotel. This guy's been painting ever since I got here. Let me see what he's actually painting. Let's be nosy, guys. Let's be nosy. Let's look over his shoulder. Let's see what he's doing here. Oh, painting the Moana Mall. Pretty awesome. He couldn't hear me. He had the headphones on. So, did I just say the Moana Mall? I'm sorry guys, I didn't mean the Moana Mall. I meant the International Marketplace. Oh, look, another small ABC store that's open. Oh, Tesla's open. So funny thing, right? We came to the beach yesterday and they had a Tesla parked across the street right here. And the guy had a clipboard. He's like, hey, guy, you want to test the Tesla? I was like, oh. I'm like, only if I get to take it to the North Shore. He's like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, eh. I'm like, in this day and age, the Tesla kind of tests you. You don't test the Tesla because it drives on its own. I just get in there and sit down, tell it where I want it to go, right? Something like that. I don't know. But yes, that is one of my cars that I would like to get very soon. Funny thing, right? Like you never see a Tesla commercial. Why is that? Like certain things you just don't see. How is it that a car sells so much and you never see a commercial? So International Marketplace, that's open. You can now walk in. Well, you could always walk through. Yeah, I know, right? No, well, the Tacoma will be the second vehicle. That always has to be in the program. So International Marketplace, you were always able to walk through because obviously it leads over to the next avenue. But all the stores inside were closed. Now the stores are open. Most of the stores in there are open. I walked through there today. As you see, Rolex is going to open soon. They're in there cleaning and with their white gloves and they're stocking the Rolex watches, luxury stuff. We should go in there and have a peek. Let's go in there and have a peek. Guys, I'm jaywalking. Oh, I was just about to say I'm jaywalking and I never do that. Jaywalking was one of the hardest things for me to break the habit of coming from New York. But when I got to Hawaii, everyone was like, oh, you can't jaywalk. You're not supposed to do that. And that took me at least 3 months to break the habit. And I still almost did it. So look. Hi. When are you guys opening? You are officially open. Thank you. Oh, they are open. Nice. Oh yeah, watches are in the window, of course. So who's into watches, guy? All the Rolexes and stuff. We have any people who are into watches here? I'm personally not. I'm not into jewelry and stuff like that, but that's pretty awesome. I guess it's always impressive when you have a rollie on your hand, right? Oh, so Cheesecake Factory. So Cheesecake Factory was always opened, but you were only able to sit outside for pickup. So I think you see people sitting out there. Let's see. Yeah, they're also just waiting to pick up. Let me see if there's seats out there for dining. There's no one sitting. So again, it's all the same. You can pick up, you order and pick up. All these cars that are parked over here, they're all picking up their food, and people are sitting on the side there. They're all picking up. Macy's still haven't opened yet, but they will open pretty soon. Cheesecake Factory. Yes, I've eaten in Cheesecake Factory once at 4 o'clock in the morning coming from a club here, and they were actually open, one of the few places that was open, and the food was actually good. But it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I did had a little bit too much to drink. So, you know, at 4 o'clock in the morning and you have a lot to drink, everything tastes good. So I'm not going to give them that gratification yet. We're going to wait. I'm going to go in there when I'm sober and I'm in a good state of mind to actually try the food and then let you know. The Apple Store is open. So here's the funny thing about the Apple Store. I'm going to show you this right now. So the Apple Store, this is what they do when you want to go into the Apple Store. They will ask you 3 questions. After answering those 3 questions, they're going to check your temperature. Which they just did with that woman in green. After checking your temperature, then you can go in, and then you have to sanitize your hand in the cart, and then sanitize when you leave again. I'm gonna show you that, guys. This is like, wow, amazing times we live in. Who knew, right? So, let's see. I'm gonna read the sign. Because we all have to have our Mac products, right? iPhones. So, here are the questions. So these are the questions. Do you currently have a fever? Do you currently have a cough? Are you currently experiencing any respiratory issues? Have you been in contact with any suspicious confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the past 14 days? So after you answer those questions, then you go in, and this gentleman right here takes your temperature, correct? There you go. So that's how they do it here in the Apple Store. Playing it safe. That's awesome. Huh?
Do you have questions?
Oh no, I was actually telling my fans actually how Apple is actually going about getting people in their stores and all the different criteria you have to go through to get in. That's awesome. Better safe than sorry, right? Chew! Thank you. It's awesome. So yeah, that's how they do it at Apple. So if you want to go in and get your phone fixed, or your pick up a new iPhone or whatever have you, just get ready. I don't know if this applies to the Apple stores where you're from, but here in Hawaii, that's how they do it. Let's see, a lot of places. Which store is this? Jimmy Choo. Hey ladies, Jimmy Choo. But there's nothing to show you. It's closed until further notice. Wamp, wamp, wamp. I guess I can't buy Irina her Jimmy Choo she always wanted. Darn. Maybe next time. Oh well. So yeah, so here you go. You have some people kind of sitting out here on this rock, on the ledge here. They're waiting to pick up their food. And they bring it out here and then just give it to you. So pickup is cool. The torches are lit. That's a good sign. Yeah, right? I'll pick up some flip-flops instead of some Jimmy Choos. That's perfect. I'm with that. I like that idea. That was genius. Nothing better than flip-flops from ABC, right? So funny thing, I didn't know ABC stores were in other states as well. If you know of any other states that has ABC stores, could you put it in the comment? I didn't know that. I thought it was only here in Hawaii, but I know I was totally wrong about that. Rainbow Drive, yes, it is open. I passed by there just 2 days ago, and they're open again just for takeout. But witching, they always had that thing there, but you can't really sit outside. But yes, it is open. Ah, Las Vegas. Interesting. I haven't been in Vegas in almost, I want to say about 8 years, so I wouldn't remember if there was a ABC store there, but I will take your word for it. That's awesome. Anywhere else has ABC stores, you guys know? Oh yeah, definitely a lot of locals here. So I was saying in the previous vlog, there are a lot of locals coming out here now on the beach and really enjoying it. The only thing in Idaho are potatoes, right, brother? But we love our potatoes anyway, so that's not a bad thing. So if Idaho is for potatoes, what state is for corn? Nebraska? I don't want this to turn into a trivia or anything like that. Let's see if we see Irina. Where is she? Oh, the umbrella's down. So we're back. Oh God. Again, thank you guys so much for staying on with me so long as I walked you through beautiful Waikiki on this Memorial weekend as it comes to a close. You guys are so welcome. I'm glad I was able to be at help. And Irina's here and she has her books and she's relaxing. And oh, I could tell you're swimming. Your hair's wet. Yeah, it's behind the hotel. Yeah, guys. So this is look at how the water comes right up over the top here. Isn't that crazy? Look, all these people are getting soaked. Oh my God, the water came all the way up here. These people, their towels, their beach towels and everything got soaked. Thank you guys so much. Yes, thank you for sticking around. This was fun. I was able to keep you guys updated in just this period of time. So as usual, we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to head over to the community and vote and let us know which is the next series you guys want to see. And look forward to seeing the Ultimate Beach Tour, Oahu, North Shore. And if you haven't checked out the other 2 parts, we're approaching part 3. Be sure to check that out. It's a ton of information on what you guys need to know on all the beaches here, or most of them, and most of the good ones as well. And of course, some hidden ones. And as usual, we will see you in the next one. Ciao, guys. Be safe.
Oh, this one.